that this is the end of the Diddy story as we know it.
And in this lawsuit, he claims that essentially P. Diddy was the Epstein of the rap industry.
Oh my God! Can you believe it? The man who once ruled the music industry through the wildest parties and seemed utterly untouchable is now facing some seriously heavy charges. It's a plot twist that not even the best screenwriters in Hollywood could have come up with. Let's break it down, shall we? Diddy's arrest wasn't just some minor incident, honey. We're talking federal agents, raids on multiple properties, and charges that could put him behind bars for years. It's like watching an empire crumble in real time. Now, before we dive deeper, let me remind you that we're dealing with allegations here. Nothing's been proven in court yet, but girl, the tea is scalding and it's spilling everywhere.
That's not the issue. The issue is it seems as though he wants to kind of like exert power and dominance over people who don't really want it.
According to insiders, law enforcement has been keeping a close eye on Diddy for months. They've been gathering evidence from all sorts of sources, private conversations, text messages, you name it. And let me tell you, what they've uncovered is making waves across the entire entertainment industry. For years, there have been whispers about Diddy's behind-the-scenes life, but nobody really thought anything could touch him. I mean, this is the man who built an empire from nothing. But even empires have their cracks, and Diddy started to show when the authorities got their hands on some pretty damning evidence. One legal expert spilled the tea saying Diddy has been under criminal investigation for months by federal prosecutors here in New York. If there are criminal charges, many of them may look a lot like what some of these individuals have been describing. The arrest went down in Manhattan, and let me tell you, it made headlines around the globe faster than you can say bad boy for life. The charges? We're talking racketeering, harassment, and trust me, this isn't some Hollywood movie. This is real life, and the evidence against him is piling up faster than the zeros in his bank account. But besties, the drama didn't end with the arrest. Once Diddy was taken to the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, things got even more intense. Now, let me paint a picture for you. The MDC isn't exactly the Ritz-Carlton. It's infamous for its brutal conditions. We're talking overcrowded cells, lack of basic necessities, and an environment that would make even the toughest cookie crumble.
The government is going to mandate that they are responsible for your well-being. They have to ensure the safety of your well-being.
Can you imagine Diddy, who's used to living in multi-million-dollar mansions and jitting around the world, suddenly finding himself in a place like this? It's like going from the penthouse to the outhouse in the blink of an eye. From what I've heard, the conditions at MDC are taking a serious toll on Diddy. There are reports that his physical and mental health have taken a nosedive since his arrest. Rumor has it he spent a lot of time in solitary confinement, battling depression and feeling completely isolated from the outside world. One source close to the situation spilled: Diddy's struggling to cope with the reality of his situation. He's used to controlling every aspect of his life, and now he's at the mercy of the prison system. It's breaking him down in ways nobody expected. But here's where things get really juicy. Word on the street is that Diddy, faced with the possibility of spending the rest of his life behind bars, is making a desperate move to save himself. Are you ready for this? He's reportedly in talks with law enforcement to cut a deal. Now, this isn't just any deal. Diddy is allegedly offering up information that could implicate some of the biggest names in entertainment. We're talking A-list celebrities, powerful executives, maybe even politicians. It's like he's ready to bring down the whole house of cards just to save his own skin.
Stacey, you say today's indictment reads like a mob indictment. What was most shocking to you of all these allegations?
Yeah, the fact, Jake, that the government in this indictment presented evidence alleging that Sean Combs was running a criminal enterprise.
But what exactly is Diddy offering that's got the feds so interested? Well, buckle up, because this is where things get wild. Remember those infamous Diddy parties? The ones that everyone in Hollywood was dying to get invited to? Well, it turns out they might have been more than just star-studded bashes. According to some shocking revelations, these parties were allegedly a way for Diddy to gather dirt on the rich and famous. We're talking hidden cameras, compromising situations, the whole 9 yards. And get this, Diddy supposedly kept recordings of everything that went down at these gatherings. Now he's reportedly using these recordings as leverage to cut a deal with the FBI. Can you imagine? Diddy's offering to hand over footage that could potentially bring down an entire network of celebrities, politicians, and influencers. It's like he's holding a loaded gun to Hollywood's head. One insider revealed, if he really was filming everybody, I mean, he had a lot of people at those parties. This kind of information is exactly what the authorities are looking for, and Diddy knows it. But let's talk about the victims for a second, because behind all this Hollywood drama, there are real people who've allegedly been hurt. Many who attended Diddy's legendary parties have come forward with horror stories about what went on behind closed doors. They've talked about being manipulated, pushed into dangerous scenarios, and even blackmailed. One victim's story that's making the rounds is particularly chilling. They claim they were invited to what they thought was going to be a typical Hollywood bash, only to find out later that the whole thing was an elaborate setup to record them without their knowledge.
Rumors are that Diddy was running some kind of Epstein type deal where he was filming everybody, right?
That's the rumors. Yeah, I don't know that there's any proof or anything other than that.
It's absolutely terrifying to think about how Diddy allegedly used his power and influence to pull people into these situations. He made them feel comfortable, like they were among friends. But as soon as things started getting out of hand, the cameras allegedly came out. But here's the million-dollar question. What did Diddy hope to gain from all this? Well, it seems like it wasn't just about having dirt on people. It was about building an empire. Over the years, Diddy reportedly built a network of high-profile individuals who, because of the information he had on them, owed him favors. Think about it. Need someone to collaborate on a project? Diddy had leverage. Want to avoid bad press? Diddy knew just the right people to call. He's allegedly been able to manipulate the media, business, deals, and even political connections, all because of what he knew. One industry insider put it this way: everything that you're looking at, they're all tied in together. Every part. As crazy as it seems, as outrageous as it seems, it all ties in. Now, with the legal system breathing down his neck, Diddy is reportedly trying to use this same network to secure a lighter sentence. He's basically saying, I've got the goods on everyone, and if I go down, they're all coming with me. But who exactly might be caught up in this web? Well, some of the names being whispered are absolutely jaw-dropping. Let's start with Jay-Z. Now, we all know Jay-Z and Diddy have had a complicated relationship over the years, sometimes collaborators, sometimes rivals. But behind the scenes, there are whispers that Jay-Z knew much more about Diddy's activities than he ever let on. Some are even suggesting that Jay-Z may have attended several of these infamous parties and turned a blind eye to what was happening. While there's no solid evidence yet linking Jay-Z to anything illegal, the fact that his name keeps coming up in these conversations is definitely raising eyebrows. And then there's Justin Bieber. This one is especially shocking because Bieber was still very young when he first started hanging out with Diddy. There are reports that during this time, Diddy took Bieber under his wing, introducing him to a world that the pop star wasn't ready for.
Is in the matter of Derek Lee Cardello Smith, MDOC number 267009 versus Sean Combs, Sean Puff Daddy Combs, also known as Sean P. Diddy, also known as Diddy, Bad Boy Records label owner.
People have even speculated that some of the footage Diddy has involves Bieber being placed in situations that could ruin his career if they were ever made public. Remember, this is the same Justin Bieber who was just starting to shed his kid pop star image, and his time with Diddy could have played a much bigger role in shaping that transformation than anyone realizes. Jennifer Lopez's name has also been thrown into the mix, especially because of her high-profile relationship with Diddy back in the late 90s. Their breakup was messy, but now people are starting to wonder if J.Lo knew more than she let on. Back in 1999, the two were famously arrested together after a nightclub shooting in New York. While Lopez was quickly cleared of any wrongdoing, some are suggesting that she may have been aware of Diddy's darker side even back then. Could she have been protecting herself by distancing herself from him before things really hit the fan? But Diddy's network of influence doesn't just stop at celebrities. He's had close ties to major political figures as well. Over the years, Diddy has rubbed shoulders with presidents, senators, and other high-ranking officials, using his star power to build connections in Washington, D.C. Now, as these investigations unfold, some are wondering just how deep those connections go. Could Diddy have dirt on political figures as well? If so, the ramifications of this case could extend far beyond the entertainment world. The fallout from Diddy's cooperation with law enforcement is expected to be massive. We're not just talking about a few celebrities losing endorsement deals or being canceled on social media. This could lead to a federal crackdown on some of the most powerful people in Hollywood.
New at 5, the legal troubles continue for Sean Diddy Combs tonight after a judge ordered the music mogul to pay $100 million to a Michigan man who says that he was assaulted by Combs in '97.
According to court documents, Derek Cardello Smith says Combs and then assaulted him during an after party at a Holiday Inn in Detroit. But Combs never responded to the lawsuit in court.
If Diddy does hand over those tapes, we could be looking at criminal charges, prison sentences, and an entire industry turned on its head. And the fact that the authorities are taking this so seriously tells you everything you need to know about the scale of this situation. Of course, there's also the question of whether Diddy's cooperation will make him a target. Let's face it, there are a lot of powerful people out there who don't want their secrets exposed, and they'll do whatever it takes to make sure that doesn't happen.
And a lot of the evidence, alleged evidence, that's been gathered in this case was from those 2 raids that were conducted on his personal homes in Miami and Los Angeles. And the indictment names the things seized that he allegedly made videos of these performances that have been named freak-offs.
One insider even claimed that Diddy's life could be in serious danger if he continues to cooperate with the authorities. We're talking about people who have built their careers, reputations, and fortunes on the secrecy and discretion that Diddy is about to tear apart. If those tapes get out, it won't just be Diddy's reputation on the line. It could ruin the lives of some of the most powerful people in the world, and these people have the resources to make sure that doesn't happen.
Now, so what is next? Is he going to be in jail in this facility until the trial begins? Is there a chance he could, get moved earlier than that?
As of this moment, as of this hour, as of today, yes. But of course, as I mentioned earlier, they're going to be appealing this thing next to the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals to overturn the judge's order here to try and get him actually released.
What's even more shocking is the potential domino effect this could have on the entire entertainment industry. If Diddy goes down, he's not going down alone. There are whispers that dozens, if not hundreds, of high-profile individuals could be implicated if the full extent of Diddy's activities comes to light.
If he's allowed to go through with any of the sales, I won't be able to recoup any of my monies or anything from him as a result of any possible judgment in this action, if he's allowed to proceed with it. And an injunction or a restraining order would help ensure that he's not manipulating and selling the property to avoid.
The entertainment world is no stranger to scandal, but this could be something on a whole new level. We're already seeing major media outlets digging into Diddy's past, trying to uncover more details about his connections and what exactly went on at those parties. And as more information comes to light, it's becoming clear that this isn't just a story about one man's fall from grace. It's about the unraveling of an entire system that has been operating in the shadows for decades. At the center of all this is the FBI. With Diddy's cooperation, federal agents are reportedly preparing for one of the biggest crackdowns in Hollywood history. They're not just going after Diddy, they're going after the entire network he's been a part of. If the rumors are true, we could see indictments, arrests, and public trials that will make headlines for years to come. And once the dust settles, Hollywood as we know it could be forever changed. It's a terrifying thought, especially for those who have spent their careers benefiting from the secrecy and power that Diddy once wielded. But for the rest of us, it's a reminder that no one, not even the biggest names in entertainment, is immune from facing the consequences of their actions. So, what happens next? It's hard to say for sure. Will Diddy's cooperation lead to the downfall of some of the most powerful people in the world, or will he find a way to escape the consequences of his own actions? One thing is certain, this story is far from over. The tapes haven't been released yet, and until they are, the entertainment world will be holding its breath, waiting to see who will be exposed next. As Diddy's saga continues to unfold, it's clear that this is more than just a personal downfall. It's the beginning of something much bigger. The man who once threw the most exclusive parties in Hollywood is now poised to take down the very system that made him a star. And as the world watches, one thing is certain. The secrets he's about to reveal could change everything. What do you think, besties? Will Diddy's cooperation with the FBI save him? Or will it spark retaliation from those desperate to keep their secrets hidden? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more piping hot tea. Until next time, this is your girl Sophie Scoop reminding you that in Hollywood, the truth is often stranger than fiction. Bye, fiction. Bye.